like I was given these really powerful characters in my career so far, and she's one of the biggest characters that I'll probably ever play. And when I was playing her before, when I was creating this character, it was so far away from who I actually was. Um, but she taught me every single day to just be okay with who I am and to empower myself and to lead. And every day I'm still learning a little bit from her, but it was really, really special to be able to step out of who I thought I was to being an empowered woman.
Hey, Alyssa, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us on the movie podcast. And congratulations on the film.
Thank you.
What was going through your mind when you got the call that you're going to be cast as Tiger Lily?
Oh man, that day was oh my gosh. Every time I talk about this thing, I'm like, that was wild because it was so huge. It was a really, really big moment for me. But I remember being on the phone with my agent and she called me and said, like, you got the role. And I just could not believe it. My jaw dropped for probably a solid 5 minutes. And I just like was sitting on the floor and I couldn't say anything. I was like, what? And my grandma was there. It was so nice that she was there and she was like laughing at me in the distance, like filming me on her phone. I think she has a video of it. So but yeah, it was really a really cool moment.
I love that. And that must be a very surreal moment to have. And it's nice that you had your grandma there to share it with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible. Because when you look at like your role in this film and just it's just really cool to see that, and Peter Pan is such a beloved film. It was one of my favorites. It's a big favorite of us here on the show, and we've gone to see so many different incarnations of it over the years. What really excited you about what David Lowery was going to bring to this version of Peter Pan and Wendy?
I think it was just from when I read the script, I knew that it seemed different. It seemed like a really cool take on it because it was so grounded and natural. It was like realistic. It was like real stories from each of the characters as well. And so I felt like there was a lot of just a grounded sense to it all. And I knew that that was special. And really, what I like about films as well is just the realness behind it and the truth telling part of it. And so I was really on board instantly when I saw that.
I love that, and it's so fun, and but you're right there. There's such a realness to it, and just when the characters get to Neverland and they're just getting to explore the world, it feels like such a real place. And I know you guys got to shoot this in Vancouver, correct?
Yeah, yeah, we shot most of it in Vancouver, and then we shot for 2 weeks in Newfoundland.
That's amazing, yeah, because there's such
Yeah.
like a tangible feeling to the world, right? And I it's a really cool take. It's not one that we get to see too often with these
Mhm.
characters, right?
Yeah.
And I'm curious, David Lowery, from when I was reading, he asked you if you wanted to bring your history and culture into Peter Pan and Wendy. I'm curious, how did that make you feel to have a director want to work with you to make your character feel more respectfully authentic?
I felt really, seen, I think, in that moment. I felt, like, gratified, like everything is coming together so well, and then all of a sudden, I get asked if I want to bring my culture to it, and I was yes, like, that's everything, I think, to me, and my community. I think, like, first and foremost, like, I think about what I'm doing as a way to somehow lead, but also just be the in between part between communicating things in the world. I think that's my job, like as a storyteller, is to communicate these things and let them move through me from other people and come out into the world. So when I saw that I could bring my culture into it, I knew that my people would love that and they would feel everything that they've been waiting for.
I love that, and it was very refreshing to see something, I think, so respectfully done, and to have those connections obviously through you, but to have you incorporate yourself into that. I think that's really special that you got to do that for this film.
Yeah, it was.
You know, you also get to wield some really cool and iconic weapons. You know, Tiger Lily has to like her axe and her sword. You know, what was your training like for this film? What was your training process like with the weapons and the horse and all of that? That must have been a lot of fun.
It was, oh, that was like my favorite part, I think, because I'm a huge fan of like just exercise and like
Hmm.
doing crazy stunts. Like I was a cheerleader, competitive cheerleader when I was younger, so I was just like my favorite time was just like playing and like having fun with the stunt crew and just seeing what they can do because they were like professionals, but I was just like, hey, I want to join you guys. And and yeah, it was really cool. The first training session I did was with, I think it was with like two sticks. Like, oh,
Hmm.
I'm holding a rock. It was with two sticks, and we had to like do these like different things. I don't know. It was like me and the lead of the stunt coordination team, and we were just like doing like these, I don't know, weird stick things, like battling each other like nonstop, just so I could get my like reactions down really well, I think, and like my sword like handling. And that was like the first part of it. And then we got into like the actual choreography and like practicing those things. And I still have the videos because they're like, that was really fun for me.
That's amazing. You got to share those. You got to
I
post
have
those
to.
on the socials. Yeah, when the film's out, 100%,
Yeah.
100%. No, I'm curious. You know, I know that was a lot of fun, but you know, this cast is you have a huge cast here, and I'm curious, what were the most exciting days on set for you when you were filming?
Oh, I think some of the biggest, the most exciting moments were when I got to see Jude in his full costume. He
Yeah.
looked super scary. First of all, the first day I saw him was just like he was filming this scene and he was in improv.
Hmm.
And I just happened to be walking through the set and he was doing this, and everybody was just like watching it and they were like just in their zone. They were like doing their thing and I was just like having a panic attack. I was like, oh my god, this is like real life. And he's like a really really great actor.
I
So being able to see that, I had like my imaginary glasses on and like my notepad and I was like taking down notes. I was like,
taking
he's
notes the
black,
whole time.
I gotta do what he's doing. Like yeah, that was really cool. And then I saw him one day like in real life, like because I didn't want to like bug him or anything. I was like,
Hmm.
you are a professional, do your thing. And then but I saw him one day and I like ran up to him and I was just like in street clothes, so he had no idea who I was.
Oh my god.
And it was so embarrassing because I like ran up to him and I was like, oh my god, oh, you're so amazing. That scene was like perfect. And he was like, thank you. And he kind of like didn't know what to say exactly.
Yeah.
And then Jim was with him, who plays Smee. And he was like, oh, that's Alyssa. It's Tiger Lilly. And then he was like, oh my God, it's so nice to meet you. I was like, thanks.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah,
Those were really
making movies is
cool.
amazing. I love that. That's so cool. I mean, listen, you got so into your character that you know he didn't
Yeah.
even see you, which is you know take that as a compliment. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, I'm curious. You know, what characteristics of Tiger Lily do you admire most? And I'm curious, did you take anything from her and kind of take that with you back and apply it to your own life?
Oh, I learned like so much from her. Like I was given these really powerful characters in my career so far, and she's one of the biggest characters that I'll probably ever play. And when I was playing her before, when I was creating this character, it was so far away from who I actually was. Um, but she taught me every single day to just be okay with who I am and to empower myself and to lead. And every day I'm still learning a little bit from her, but it was really, really special to be able to step out of who I thought I was to being an empowered woman.
I love that.
Yeah.
Alyssa, thank you so much for your time. I can't wait for everyone to check this out on Disney Plus very, very soon. And hopefully we get to see you in the director's chair again, because definitely want to see you do that again too.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Take care.
You too. Bye.